Oh my God, I've got to use the bathroom so bad. Ah!
DJ StereOtype has just been caught in the men's room with men's room sessions with Ralph. I've been waiting for you. I've got a couple of questions here.
Okay.
All right. What or who were you in your last life?
Who was I in my last life? I think that I was definitely a woman with huge.
If you could invite 6 pop culture figures that are alive to dinner, who would you choose and what would you feed them?
That's a great question. I definitely want Malcolm X to be there. Jesus Christ. Oprah Winfrey, I think. Oh, this is so hard.
Well, it's beginning to sound like a good group already.
Who else? Who else do I love? Gandhi?
That's a good choice.
Whoopi Goldberg. I love Whoopi Goldberg.
Who doesn't?
And, Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yes.
Why Winnie the Pooh?
He's just so cute and lovable and sweet and like just encouraging, and he always has honey, and that's really, really good for like ingredients, and it's great for health purposes, and I'm all about, you know, like my holistic herbs and things. So I think he would be a great guest.
It does sound like that.
I think he'd be awesome. Wouldn't that be a great party?
Yes, it would. I would like to be there for that.
Yes, and then you, of course. You're the 7th guest. What would I feed them? You know, you can't go wrong with fried chicken.
It's always a good dish.
I probably have fried chicken. I have a friend named Chantel. She makes really good mac and cheese. So we'd have some of her mac and cheese.
I've had mac and cheese.
Okay,
Pretty good, yeah.
Very good. And then we would have some sushi. Yeah, you know, and you know, spinach salad.
All right, so let's get a little serious here. How do you feel about queer artists coming up in the mainstream?
I love it. I mean, I think that queers have been running the entertainment industry forever. I mean, when you look at the makeup artists and stylists and writers and producers and many mainstream artists who just have not come out or haven't really shown their queer identities, I think that queer is actually the majority of the entertainment industry. So I think it's wonderful that people are stepping out and representing who they are in a fuller way now and not catching such a backlash for it. So I'm really happy about it.
Because artists like Liberace and Elton John, you know, I think at first they had to hide their sexual identities, but now it seems that you can just be who you are.
It's getting better. I mean, there's a lot of double standards. There's a lot more work to be done, but when everything is said and done, I think that it's progressing. So I'm happy about it. And like you said, I mean, there's been Elton John and Liberace and RuPaul and Melissa Etheridge and a lot of wonderful artists that have been out. So I think that people that are queer should not forget that our legacy, I mean, Sylvester, even Bayard Rustin, a lot of people don't even know who Bayard Rustin is. Our legacy is strong and it's been out there for a while, but it's not promoted. So, you know, be proud of yourself and don't think that your sexuality is a hindrance or anything else.
That's very true. What is your hope to accomplish through your music?
This is going to sound so cliche, but to inspire. I really, really do hope that I can inspire, honestly. To inspire and then also let people know they're not alone. I hope that people can relate to me and find solace and understanding in my work.
Alright, so then who would you be your inspiration?
I'm inspired by a lot. I'm inspired by everything, really. Everything that I go through, life situations, love, the past, childhood, all of that molds who I am and my experiences, the mistakes that I've made, really trying to make something beautiful out of my pain. I think is my biggest inspiration. I always think when I'm going through something ugly or going through something that makes me feel insecure or unsure of myself or just anything that's negative, what can I do with this to make it something glorious and beautiful and empowering? So I think that is my biggest inspiration.
So speaking of your music, then, which song do you think showcases you the most?
It's a great fucking question.
You know, I've had a chance to hear a lot of your pieces, especially since I've been to a couple of your concerts. And I do love the New York song, but which one is the song that you just...
I think I would have to say I Love New York. I think that it's a great showcasing of who I am as a writer. The sense of humor, along with sort of the sense of artistry. And I get a chance to sing and rap. There's harmonies on it. You know, I think that that's a really well-rounded piece. But I mean, there's also, I feel like everything is a representation of me. But I think that the process of making the mixtape was one that I grew a lot. I went into the studio having not ever been in the studio by myself, so a lot of the stuff is raw.
How would you describe your mixtape?
Eclectic. I would describe it as raw.
So not your normal music where it's only one type of music through the whole...
No. I mean, in a way, I kind of feel like it's schizophrenic because there's some of everything on it. But it's a great schizophrenia. It's not like a crazy, scary schizo. It's the sort of schizo that I think we all are naturally if we're being honest with ourselves and showing everything that we are. So yeah. It's eclectic, it's schizophrenic, it's very musical. A lot of the samples that we pulled they're like from everything, from the Beatles to the Mary Jane Girls to Drake to just Diana Ross and Billie Holiday. I have features with Jamiroquai and Janet Jackson on. I mean, it's got a little bit of everything in it. So
that sounds very good. I've always believed that music is a big, broad, general thing instead of this, I like hip-hop or I like this.
Yeah.
You know, and this sounds like the mixtape is just like that, a little taste of everything.
Absolutely.
What about your sense of fashion? Is it inspired or personally unique?
It's both. Everything that I wear definitely comes from within, and it's definitely indicative of like how I feel. Like if I'm feeling fierce and I'm feeling sexy and I'm feeling cunty, I like to dress that way. If I feel fat and bloated and over it, I'm gonna wear like a onesie. I don't feel fat or bloated today, but I am wearing a onesie. But you know, I'm just a moody dresser, and I like, just like with music, I like a little bit of everything. I'm a person that I'm not tied to any one image, so you'll get a little bit of anything and everything on any given day with me.
Who did you work with, and who would you like to work with in the future?
On the mixtape, I worked with a very talented producer, engineer named Lyrics. He was based out of Brooklyn at the time, but now he's in Long Island. He pretty much engineered and produced most of the samples, most of the tracks on the mixtape. I worked with one young woman named Master Key. She's a producer on a song called Cherry, and it's funny because we actually went to high school together. Yeah, I only worked with 2 producers, and there's only one like live feature, and that's with So.
Speaking of which, how would you describe your live performances?
Oh, my live performances are.
I've been there myself. But
well, how would you describe my live performance?
Oh, it's just this huge amount of kinetic energy. It's just a blast to watch. It goes from one thing to another. I love your covers, especially the cover you did about Britney Spears' "Toxic." Oh, it's just amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that they're just their hair and legs and metaphorical glitter and just energy, and it's fun. It is music. You know, I perform with a live band, so I don't ever really perform to track. So you get a chance to really get a concert feeling, and I think that I really love that about it.
That's another interesting thing about you. You know, through your whole mixtape, and you know, you actually have a live band. You know, in this day and age, a lot of people have gone away from that whole live band type of music, especially for rap or any of that stuff, is usually you just singing and there's no instruments involved.
Yeah.
So do you think that you're trying to start something, or is it just your preference?
It's just my preference. I love music and I love live musicianship. And performing for me is my opportunity. Erykah Badu said something really cool that I relate to. She said that recording is like creating a moment and performing is like perfecting a moment. And I feel that. Like, you get a whole new opportunity to recreate work live with instruments that you just can't if you're performing to tracks. And there's such a spontaneity about performing with musicians it's also a collaboration. I love collaborating and giving other people a chance to interpret and make your work theirs. So I love it.
I have to admit, your band is amazing.
Thank you.
I love when they just are sitting there between songs and they're just playing away at especially when they start doing their jazz, because they sound just amazing.
Thank you.
What other things do you have planned on the horizon?
Well, right now it's all about getting the branding and everything together. So we're working on the website, doing things like this, interviews. I'm going to be shooting a music video really soon in mid-October.
You already shot one, didn't you?
We did shoot one, but my image was not together. Like, I wasn't sure like how I wanted to do my hair or what look I was going for. So we're actually reshooting that video in October.
Oh, good.
And hopefully the same people that were involved with it will be involved with it the next time we shoot it. Because we had a really great time.
Do you write your own lyrics? And if so, what are the messages you want to relay in your music?
I do write my own lyrics, but I'm not closed off to working with songwriters either. I do like to collaborate with other people on music. But the mixtape is all pretty much original writing, except for like the couple of covers that I did. I mean, lyrically, it's important for me to tell the truth. Not every song is the same, not every message is the same, not every feeling is the same, but what is consistent is that I want there to be integrity, honesty, and truth to whatever I do, regardless of whether it's happy, sad, sexual, inspiring. It's got to come from a real place.
I know you're open to covers and such, because I have heard that you're planning on trying to do some Nirvana.
Yes, I'm actually a big Nirvana, Kurt Cobain fan, and I think it would be really interesting to do some of that stuff. I mean, we haven't done that much rock yet, and the rock we have done has been kind of pop rock. So I think it would be cool to do that sort of grunge sound. Well, give me a chance to use my voice in a different way.
Well, I wish you the best. I wish you luck. And these have been men's room sessions with
Ralph. Yes.
I know we caught you by surprise.
Do you need to like really use the bathroom?
Oh yes, I need to go. I've been holding it since you came in, but now that you say so, I gotta go.
All right. Well, you handle your business. Thank you so much for having me.
You take care of yours.
I will. All right. Take care.
All right. Uh-oh. Sorry.